NCTV45, The Train, anytime on your time.
Today's program was furnished by a grant from the Beanery Depot and Deli, featuring coffee, made-to-order subs, and snacks. The Beanery Depot and Deli in Mahoningtown. Today's programming furnished by a grant from Joseph's Supermarket. Special thanks to Joseph's. Well, hello there, and welcome to another edition of You Got It Cooking the Castle. And everybody thinks, oh geez, you get like Pat Koppel, and he's wondering, is he going to have more ideas for us next week? Well, Pat, let me tell you, we attempt to tackle the tough social issues on this program of the day. And Standish, I know those are a lot of big words for you. But, for instance, there's been great concern these days, protests about the pot. Now, let's take a look at some of these. We're going to wait about another 10.
Hi, this is Taryn Lupo, and welcome to Low Country Liberty Report. Today I'm going to be talking about pot protests that actually went down in Savannah, Georgia. They finally had their own, and it was big. The crowd was very large for its first one.
You see, they're marching in the streets. The pot, we've used the pot here since the beginning of time. The pot's always been legal on Cooking the Castle, and better yet, I think they're hungry. That's why they're protesting about the pot. Now, here comes even a bigger question. I can't be everywhere. You stambazzidamo. Who's stirring the pot? Let's take a look and get an answer to this.
We have to respect our national anthem. We have to respect our country. And they're not respecting our country. And most importantly, the fans agree with me. I mean, largely the fans agree. But we have to show total respect for our national anthem, for our flag, for our country. We have to do it. And there are plenty of places, and there are plenty, personally, when they're protesting during a football game, I think they can find better places, but they cannot do it during the national anthem.
Alveda King with us right now. Alveda, good to have you. He's not letting go. What do you think of that?
Well, hello, Neil, and hello, viewers. Thank you for joining us. As I continue to watch this thing play out, we know that President Trump is draining the swamp. In the process, he's stirring the pot. And as he stirs the pot, emotions are boiling.
There they go, blaming Trump. Yeah, he's stirring the pot, and occasionally he gets a little grouchy. I don't know that his wife's a great cook. She's not Italian. What can I tell you? So he's probably hungry. It just goes to show you, when you get in a bad mood if you don't have nothing to eat. Now, there's other questions. And we have questions like, is the pot healthy? Well, we're going to go to these health correspondents who are asking this very question.
21-year-old Justin and his buddy, 19-year-old John, are using their marijuana prescriptions to buy a bag of pot at a dispensary in Oakland.
This past Thursday was the Great American Smokeout. Here to comment further is Update Health correspondent Rosanna Dana. Richard Fader from Fort Lee, New Jersey writes in and says, Dear Rosanna Dana, last Thursday I quit smoking. Now I'm depressed, I gained weight, my face broke out, I'm nauseous, I'm constipated, my feet swelled, my gums are bleeding, my sinuses are clogged, I got heartburn, I'm cranky, and I have gas. What should I do? Mr. Fader, you sound like a real attractive guy.
Now there they go again. Sure, the pot has medical benefits. If you're hungry and you put something in the pot to cook it, especially what we're going to do, you'll feel better. You'll be able to sleep. You won't be cranky or nothing like that. So the question has to be, what's going in the pot today? Well, you're in luck. This is just unbelievable. We're going to do, yes, a stakeout in the pot. We've got this special barbecue sauce and some mustard to mix with this and a little wine. You know, we tackle those tough issues of the day. And you stay tuned for this Cook in the Castle. Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station. This program was provided through funding from Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. A special thanks to Cedars, featuring Middle Eastern, Italian, and American cuisine. Now here's the ingredients we're going to use. We have some red wine, we have garlic, some onion powder, some garlic powder, pepper, and 2 kinds of mustard we're going to mix with our homemade barbecue sauce. And I showed you this, on another deal, and we're going to got our steak right there. So, and of course our bags for the slow cooker. Let's get started. Of course we got our trusty liner. Now we're going to position our steak. Now we have 5 steaks we're cooking. We're going to position our steak there, and then we'll talk about the seasoning that we're going to put on it. Now, as you could see, we placed our garlic. We used some pepper, black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. Now we're going to put on, we mixed our mustards, a sweet mustard and a regular mustard, and our wine together. We're going to put that over the top. Now let's take a look at this. This program furnished by a grant from Ferrone Brothers. 2 locations, Newcastle on Mill Street and Wilmington Road in Newcastle. Now we have our wine mustard mix. We're going to add to that our homemade barbecue sauce. And like I said, we showed you that in, I'm not going to redo it. We showed you that in another video. Let's take and add our homemade barbecue sauce. Now we're going to continue to layer our steaks. That barbecue sauce added, we're going to layer our steaks right over that and pile them up and get ready to go. A special thank you to Tuscany Square Restaurant, Wilmington and Mitchell Roads, for providing funding for this program. And now, there you go, we're going to add our homemade barbecue sauce. Notice how we've stacked our steaks so that everything cooks through. Here's our homemade barbecue sauce. I'm going to put it right on top. And I'm going to use up the rest of our little marinade. Looks pretty as a picture. And there you go. We scraped what we had out of the bottom and made sure that every last drop of marinade. Now, I like to cook mine frozen. That way it keeps the moisture there and really gives it a great taste. We're going to put this on there. Okay, and now we'll see you in 4 to 6. Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station. Oh, if you had smell-o-vision. The steaks ready to go, all barbecued up, and I'm going to try giving you a little bit better look back there. We're going to plate this up with some barbecued potatoes and green beans. There's our steak, nice and tender, with green beans and a side of barbecued potatoes. Oh, if you had smell-o-vision, you'd just be in seventh heaven. Special thanks to Little Johnny's 2 downtown, who provided funding for this program. Funding for this program furnished by Mary's Turner's Day Spa, Wilmington Road, Neshannock Township, Newcastle. Now there you go. We tackled the tough social issue of the day. You know, some people are saying, hey, cook in the castle for president. Well, you think I can feed a whole country here? You know, it would be one heck of a catering job, you know. I think even that lady at that talk show would agree after they didn't give them anything to eat at that award show last week. She's got to be hungry too. She's telling everybody she's on a diet. I don't know. But you know what? It just goes to show you one thing. If you get rid of the pot, then you got nothing to cook in. Even Standish knows that. Now, Gary, I want you to try this at home. And as far as Coach, Johnny, yeah, keep watching. You're going to get the hang of this sooner or later. Don't worry. I'll put it up on a chalkboard. It might be a little bit easier. But this is Angelo Parada for Cooking the Castle on NCTV 45. And it's like I said, you're going to love it.
Just like birds of a feather or